Well, maybe, just maybe, Christopher Nolan's filmmaking, directing, style of making movies is just never meant to be for me. Because welcome back to the channel, right? I know I have done these videos on my channel where I said, oh, Obsession was really good this year, liked the Bone Temple 28 years later, I've enjoyed the Minions and the Monsters and all of that. And I'll be honest that my channel is normally not a channel where I'm always like, oh, that movie sucked and all of that. But this is a special occasion for me, because it's like, you know what? I gave the movie a good go, I gave it a chance, I sat there for 3 hours, tried my best to give it its chance, give it its time of day and all of that. But I'll be honest, it's probably gonna be just like my most disliked movie this year. Just didn't work for me on a lot of levels, and I'll get into how I feel about that, and I'll say quickly that I done a quick reaction. I'll link it down below, and if you don't know about my quick reaction, I'll give you a bit of context. Is that I have watched Christopher Nolan's movies. Like, I've watched the Dark Knight trilogy. I liked the first two films, like I said in my quick reaction. I did actually like some aspects of the Oppenheimer movie, but I feel like that movie was on for ages. Like, it was on for 3 hours, I think. And it was on for a little while. I mean, I know that was actually when I first came back to Glasgow and I had a jet lag from the flight back from New Zealand, right? But that was just like, that movie was so long, the Oppenheimer film. I did like the bomb, like the whole bomb thing where they show off the bomb sequence, and there was good acting in the movie, so I still liked little bits about the Oppenheimer. But there's just things about Christopher Nolan where it's like, oh, it's really long movies, and just there's so much happening in these films, and there's so much that goes on, and it's like, that's just a lot to take in for me. And so before we get into how I feel about this movie, what I give it a 10 with, and I'll do my non-spoiler part and all of that, right? I'm gonna be honest that I have to be honest that the Omniplex box of fries, the Coca-Cola, the pizza and all of that stuff, that was amazing. The way they made that pizza, that was like a pizza that was out of a restaurant, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like really well made, and there's like this whole bit where you get your popcorn and all of that, you get to order it, then you get the Joe's bit where it's like pizza and chips and the garlic mayo and all of that. Like, oh yeah, really enjoyed all of that. Like, the food was really quite good. And so what I will say is, I'll start off by saying this right now, that I thought the first hour and a half of this movie, I was like, you know what, this is an interesting movie where you've got this storyline, you've got these actors in this movie, they're really having this part where you've got a story going on, and then you've got these actors putting on a performance, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm starting to get into the groove of it. I'm starting to be like, oh yeah, this movie's got a vibe about it, it's got something going for it. And then after that first initial hour and a half, it's like, it just goes like that. It just goes like, just slow and slow, just, it's like you're trying to just, you know how you like slowly walk or something, or you're just slowly waiting for something to happen, and it's like, oh yeah, it's going on like that. If that's what it felt like, I felt like it was, like I said, my quick reaction went like from like an hour and a half to an hour and 45, an hour, 2 hours, 2 hours 15, 2 hours 30, 2 hours 35, like things like that, right? That's what it felt like for me. And I'll be honest, at that first hour and a half where it was like John Bernthal and then Tom Holland, and you get all these actors, and there was a thing about it, was like, oh yeah, this seems like it's going to be interesting. And the part with the action and the battles, I didn't mind all of that, right? I didn't really mind all the action with the battles and how it was trying to tell this big epic storyline. The movie was just far too long for me. And it even got to a point where it did actually make me think about that original poem from Homer, the Odyssey, and I was like, this is definitely a different feel to that. Because see, in my opinion, I never said this in my quick reaction, but as more time has sat with me, the movie feels like a really, really Americanized version of a Greek mythology poem, where I will be honest, right, without spoiling, there's just things where you've got these really loud really loud American accents, but it's a Greek mythology movie, and you're just like, I don't know if that really makes a lot of sense, you know what I mean? I know it's fantasy and you can imagine whatever, anything can happen in a movie because you can turn your brain off, you can do all this and you can do all that, but when it comes to a movie where you're trying to get invested in a storyline, but then some of the characters stop by and say, like, oh, we are from Greece, but it's like, we are from Greece. It's like, oh no. I can't get myself behind a movie like that, because it's like, you've taken what you've done, you've took your time to show me that there's action, there's some story going on, and then you just drop in there and you go, I'm a Greek guy, right? I'm a Greek guy, but you've got an American accent. It's just that little thing there. It's like, oh, I don't know about that. And then there's a lot of points throughout this movie, I won't lie to you, where it just repeats a scene that already happened with Matt Damon, and a scene that's sort of already happened with Tom Holland, and then a scene that's already sort of happened with John Bernthal telling a story about stuff about the rich and the poor, and there's just things like that where it's like it jumps from Matt Damon, and it jumps from John Bernthal, and then it jumps from like Robert Pattinson, it jumps from all these characters, and it's like you're trying to do all this within 3 hours of a storyline. It feels like there's not really a flow to the film. It's like it's slow, tons of talking, and then it's, oh, there's like a 30-minute part with action, or then there's a bit where there's talking again. It's like, oh, don't know if I like that, you know what I mean? So overall, I tried to not scream and shout about the movie, but I'll be honest, that's how I felt. I just felt like there was this flow about the film where I wasn't really getting myself into it and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, right, I'm gonna give this movie like a 5 out of 10, because the movie had that time in that first hour and a half, but then I just noticed all that stuff was going on in the film. I'm like, no, sort of thing, and I'm like, wasn't meant to be for me, you know. It's just one of those ones. You just think to yourself, oh, it's Christopher Nolan, oh, it's going to be an absolute beautiful movie to watch and all of that, and oh my god, it's this and that and the next thing. But for me, it just never works, right? And that's why I'm iterating that point. I'm being as thorough as I could with how I mentioned about how there's just these kind of repetitive flashbacks, and even sometimes throughout this movie, right, this is the last thing I'll say, is a lot of these actors, it just feels like Matt Damon was just this kind of that same, he speaks in the same tone and they all speak in the same way, where there's nothing really exciting about these acting performances the more time it's sat with, because it's like they are just acting a certain way and there's not enough to these characters, and you're just like, okay, it's on for a little bit longer, you just have to put up with it now. And so yeah, that's what I'll say. That's the best way I can say it, right? I know there could be this element where, oh, what if you go back and you rewatch it and you change your mind, right? But it's just not one of those movies I see myself going back to rewatch, especially when it's actually 3 hours. And I suppose you could say there is a little bit of irony with this video. You probably thought that I was joking or something, because if you don't know about my channel, I obviously like these long Indian movies, but that's different because I'm into those. But this is just a different story where it's like, I'm not even sure if I liked it at this point. So yeah, I'm just giving you an honest, deep review of this movie. So hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for more like it, and I will be back for more reviews on the channel. We'll see how this new Spider-Man movie goes as well. There's so much to review for, obviously, this year. But overall, that's my review. Don't be offended by what I've said in this video. If you disagree, if you think it was the best movie of 2026, then go ahead and express yourself in the comments. But that's just how I felt, man. This is it. This is what happens when you watch movies and you review them. You kind of take your time when you think about it, and then you realise, well, it's not always going to work for you, you know. So stay tuned for more reviews on this channel, and goodbye.